Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Valoramous. In today's DJ tutorial, we're going to discuss how you should prepare for a CDJ club gig. And you are going to need Rekordbox DJ software and a thumb drive. Now, the thumb drive that I recommend that you use is going to be some sort of durable thumb drive, because chances are you will be traveling to this gig either by airplane, car, automobile, bus, etc. And you're going to want some sort of casing or sheath for your thumb drive, so you can transport with this thing in baggage. So if stuff hits or bumps or scrapes this thumb drive, it will not be damaged. You will be able to turn up to your gig and be able to commence playing. So the first step is going to be to prepare crates or playlists or folders within the Rekordbox DJ software. That is outside the bounds of this tutorial. So what we're going to do in this tutorial is I'm going to show you one of my EPs, which is the Crowns Remixes EP. It's going to have 10 tracks on that actual playlist or EP or album, and I'm going to export that onto this thumb drive. So you will need Rekordbox DJ software, you need to organize your crates or playlist, you will need a thumb drive, and then I'm going to show you from here how you should export your music, and then what's going to happen when you actually arrive at that venue to insert your thumb drive into one of these CDJ-3000s, 2000 Nexus 2s, or 2000s, and I'm going to show you the screen display on the CDJ-3000s. That way you'll be able to become familiar with what is actually going to happen the moment you set foot in that venue, and then the moment you step behind the decks and start inserting your thumb drive and begin to repair your set. Okay, now that your thumb drive is inserted into your computer, now you can export your playlist or crates onto your thumb drive. So the first step here is going to be to switch to a Rekordbox mode from performance to export mode. This in this top left-hand corner. Go into export mode. And then you're going to see the interface change slightly. But you can go down to this Sync Manager button right here. Saying it's loading my library. Valoramous. Want to export all these playlists right here. So you're just going through your playlist within Rekordbox, and then you're selecting the playlist that you would like to cross over. I'm going to cross over some of the DJ drops, private events music, big playlist. And all my Valoramous music. This Crowns Remixes EP, which are the tracks that I'm going to play briefly in this video. But you're going to then hit this button right here, and it's going to synchronize your thumb drive. And this might take a little bit, but you'll see the exporting progress or status bar in the bottom left-hand side of your Rekordbox DJ software. So this will just simply go from 0 to 100%. So this will take a few minutes. This is going to transfer all of your files from your Rekordbox DJ software to your thumb drive, and it's going to be organized within those crates. So that's why organization is vital. It's critical that you do this right within the Rekordbox DJ software, because this is the preparation for playing out live. And it'll also export the cue points. You want to make sure you get your cue points right. You want to make sure that you get the one beat of every track right. You find that red tick mark and then align that red tick mark in Rekordbox DJ software with that one beat of that track. That way you are synchronized and ready to go when you step out live, because when you step out live, you do not want to have to revise your workflow. You do not want to have to revise the technical information of your tracks. You want the technical information to be already correct. That way you can focus on your artistic creativity and then your technical transitions. But you should not even be deciding track selection per se as much. Of course, you'll read the crowd, but you should have a identified general list of songs that you should play, and then in that generalized list, you read the crowd and select those tracks, but you want those tracks to be fully analyzed and technically correct. That way, when you step out, you simply perform. And so on the CDJ-3000s, you have 8 cue points, so that's why I recommend you focus on those 8 cue points. You can see this track right here at the top, Valoramous, the Safety Word Crowns, Robot Schnei Remix. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've utilized all 8 cue points. And my cue points are red, which is the color in Rekordbox, is always the first cue point. That's where I plan to begin that mix. B could be a break or something, but usually it's the first beat of the first verse. Not always though. In this case, it's slightly different. It's actually the second half of this intro section, and the first beat, the first verse would be here. These orange cue points are sometimes loops, and then usually my green and purple cue points are the first and second chorus or drop. Red could be another insertion point for that track. The dark blue is usually a mixing point for the outro section of that track or the later half of that drop. And then this darker green is usually the first beat of that outro section where I can definitely begin that mix. So utilize all the cue points. So now that we've exported this thumb drive, now going to bring this thumb drive to your CDJ-3000 decks themselves, and you're going to link both decks to this Rekordbox exported thumb drive, and then you can begin playing. So I'm going to walk you through that now. Okay, so after you export your music, your playlist, your crates onto your thumb drive through Rekordbox, you're going to step up to the DJ decks. If you're playing at a normal club, there will usually be 2 CDJ-3000s and then 1 mixer, or 2 CDJ-2000s or 2 CDJ-2000 Nexus 2s and then 1 mixer. If you're playing at a festival setup, there may be 4 CDJ-3000s or 2000s or 2000 Nexus 2s. If you're replacing a DJ, that DJ, he or she may already have his or her thumb drive inserted into one of the CDJs. You're going to insert your thumb drive into the other CDJ. If you're stepping up and you're the opening DJ or you're the only DJ performing that night, then you can insert your thumb drive into whichever CDJ is more comfortable for you. I like the left side, and so what you're going to do is you're going to insert this thumb drive into the CDJ-3000 in this case, and then it's going to load. And because I have the Ethernet cables set up through a switch, this will connect to both CDJs, and it should do this on whichever system you are operating from. But you're going to insert your thumb drive, and then you're going to need to let this load for a minute. Go to the source. Now my thumb drive is color coordinated to purple, so it's purple around the thumb drive, it's purple on the deck itself, and the background color is generally purple, or whichever color you use. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the camera around and do a bird's eye view of the CDJ-3000s. That way you will become familiar with what is actually happening once you start loading tracks and preparing for your set. Okay, so when you step into the CDJ-3000s with the DJM-9 or Nexus 2 mixer, this is what you are going to see, or what you should see if you're the first DJ playing that night. It should be on, you should see Rekordbox on the screen, but there should be no tracks loaded. And so first you are going to insert your thumb drive into the CDJ-3000, and then you're going to press source, and you're gonna see the device load here, and then you're also gonna see the device load on the other end as well. You're gonna hit source, and then there is the tracks on the second CDJ-3000. Then you can actually start to find these tracks. So first you're gonna go down to playlist, hit enter. Again, you're hitting enter every time, or you can hit back. You're gonna go down to the Valoramous, which is my playlist, and then this Crowns Remixes EP. Now you can actually select a track, and you hear that playing. But of course, you're gonna wanna find your one beat, and you can zoom in here. What I like about CDJ-3000 is you can actually zoom in on these waveforms much more intimately as compared to the CDJ-2000 or 2000 Nexus 2. These waveforms are useful to you if you do your homework in advance on Rekordbox DJ software. Okay, let's go back and let's go to the playlist again. Playlist now, Valoramous. Crowns Remixes. Let's load another track. Let's load the Poles and Blades remix. This is a much faster track. You can hit this tempo reset, which will reset the tempo there, and that way you're playing the track at the right speed. And there you have it. That is my quick tutorial on programming your thumb drive with Rekordbox analyzed tracks for then use on the CDJ-3000s. If you have any other comments, tips, or questions, please leave those in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.
See the people scream, 'cause